All right, Shalom Akim Tawab Bakar, which is to say good morning to you. All praises to Yahweh Shemal Shai, double honors to the apostles of the great millstone. Peace and mercy to the elect, man. All right. These all died in faith. Well, brothers and sisters, man, the dying is at its end. We at the end of this thing. We found ourselves having completed, or the Heavenly Father having completed a lot of these prophecies concerning before we get to the kingdom that was promised to Abraham, man, and to his seed. And it's a beautiful thing this is the last time, even though we in this time, and it seemed like, your life, being here takes a minute, but really in actuality, in the big picture of the whole thing, a lot of time has passed. We've been through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We've been through King David, King Solomon. We've been through the captivities of the four first beasts, and then how it talks about the latter beasts. We're in that part. We went through all that already, and been through all these different captivities. We've been through the major slavery that Lord spoke about in Deuteronomy 28 and 68. We've been through it all, man. And we all died in faith looking for the promises. And now, as of 2021, we closer than ever. Let's get into this Hebrews 11 and 8. It says, by faith Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for inheritance, obeyed and went out, and not knowing whither he went. So Abraham, we know he got called from Haran. First he was in Ur of the Chaldees, and then he went up to Haran, and then he got called to the land. And he didn't know where he was going. He just was believing in the Lord. The same thing with us, brothers, and us brothers. We entered into this truth really not knowing, being disconnected from our inheritance, jumping and then being disconnected from our inheritance, and then there's a bunch of religion out there having to sift our mind through the religion, not knowing if this was the truth, and then that was it. It was it. So it was like Abraham when he went out, not knowing where he was going, just going off faith. We just went off faith, and we found that this is the truth. It says, by faith he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, and heirs with him of the same promise. So when he was in the land after he left out of the land of Haran and went down to the land of promise, he was in the land as if he was a stranger, even though it belonged unto him. Seeing all them Hamites and them different heathens in the land as if it's theirs, but not knowing that the Heavenly Father gave it to him, him being Abraham. And he had his heirs with him. Same thing with us, brothers, Same thing with us, man. Here it is, we walking in this planet. We walk in this planet. It was given to the Israelites, as Ezra explained it in 2nd Ezra 6, in the very last verse. It's given to us, but we walking in it as the strangers. We walking in it, as it says in Ecclesiastes the 7th chapter. He have seen strangers on horses and princes walking upon the earth. And some of us got children. You got the children that's Lord willing allowed to make it with you. So you're sojourning. It's like the same type of story. It says, for he looked for a city which have a foundations, whose builder and maker is the Heavenly Father. And that's the reason why Abraham was just chugging along, dealing with whatever he had to deal with, because he was looking at a bigger picture the whole time, which was whose city and whose mind, who's governing himself by the ways of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and his beloved Son, Yahweh Shai. And that's how we moved. We found that only the brotherhood, in this last time, it's only the brotherhood that's foundated themselves with the spirit of Yahweh Shemal Shai, man. So the city, we found the city whose maker is the Heavenly Father, whose builder and maker is the Heavenly Father, and that's the brotherhood. It says, through faith also Sarah herself received strength to conceive seed and was delivered of a child when she was past age, because she just and faithful who had promised. And yes, Sarah lied. She lied to the Lord's face when he asked her, did she laugh about her receiving seed being in her old age? But as it just said in the 11th chapter, but she judged him faithful who had promised. Her mind still thought, hey, the Lord could do whatever he want. You know? All right, so it says, therefore sprang there even of one, and him who was good as dead. So as many stars as the sky, the multitude, and as the sand which is by the seashore. So she was able to deliver that baby Isaac, even though she was as one that couldn't give birth, being in that old age. She was one that was was dead. But not only did Isaac, but now we way in 2021. Look, we got 12 tribes, and we're the most predominant people on the planet. You know, we have the most people on the planet in our nation. When once upon a time we started off the smallest. You know, remember when we walked into Egypt? We walked into Egypt 70 souls. And now, like I just said, where the sand is sea. So death came to pass. That's, the faith was there. These died in faith. It says, these all died in faith, not having received the promises. So that's where I get the title of the lesson from, is straight from that verse. These all died in faith, not having received the promises. So all the Israelites that the Heavenly Father revealed the will on after Abraham, they all was dying in faith, hoping, where's that promise? Where's that promise? Dying in it. But now we at the latter portion ended it. Ain't no more dying as far as coming back in our incarnations and having to do it all over again. Now the Heavenly Father, the Heavenly Father has showed us this is that last time. It says, but having seen them afar off and were persuaded of them. The men, which was us, the prophets and different men who the Heavenly Father opened their eyes. They seen the promise afar off, man. Even not even knowing they would have, or some of them understanding that we would have to come back in reincarnations before we even get there. They still died in their faith. So we're going to continue in the spirit of the Lord to pick up that baton where our forefathers in faith died at. And be persuaded, like it just said, and embrace them and confess that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. And that's exactly what we are. We're strangers and pilgrims in the earth that belong to us. There's no maker and founder in this place besides the brotherhood that believes in Yahweh Shema Shai. It says, for they that say such things declare plainly that they seek a country. Yeah, we seeking a kingdom, man, wherein dwelleth righteousness. It says, and truly if they had been mindful of that country where they came out, they had opportunity to have returned. Okay, and that was Abraham. He had opportunity to return if he didn't believe. He didn't. He didn't go back to where his family was. And we found our way in his truth. We ain't going back to where our family is at, or the world, period. We believe this thing. It says, but now they desire a better country, that is in heavenly, where the Heavenly Father is not ashamed to be called their power, for he hath prepared for them a city. So you see it. We looking for that country, and it's here. It's here, the brotherhood. We in that last time. Ain't no more dying and coming back. That building, that city where the Heavenly Father was not ashamed to be called our power, is the brotherhood amongst us, and we continue in this thing. So just wanted to quickly encourage and motivate brothers in the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai. I hope that was edifying. Real quick, to keep you in the spirit. Yahweh Shema Shai, Barakatham to you, brothers. Stay strong out there. Shalom.